What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of We Everywhere, baby. I am your host, O Marvelous, aka the Smiling Wizard. And sitting next to me is the co-host with the mo-host, Nadia Moham, aka the Expert Bastard.
What's up, everybody? I'm the greatest bastard of all time.
I'm the world's greatest bastard.
Oh, ODB?
Oh, yeah.
Coming for you.
No, shit.
I'm the expert.
He's gonna haunt you.
Yeah. Nah. I love it.
Oh my God. Welcome back to a new show, new week. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot. Wow. Do you think we can do it?
Yeah. We'll fit it in. We'll talk really fast.
And go. Bum, 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 bum.
All right. So before we get to just like a little weekly, news, if you will, current events, we should remind people the promos that we have for our listeners.
Oh, yeah, guys. If you want to have some weed and then some bread, fresh baked bread, we got you. This is where we're starting on our journey of promo codes. So Omar, actually, you should talk about the Nug Club because I don't think you've shared with them. We had another listener, Ashley. I think Matilde. Is that how you say it? Or is it Metal?
I don't know, but we've mentioned her before, and we did mention on a previous episode that she put us on to a subscription service called Nug Club, and we went ahead and jumped on, got our first box, and now we're here to tell you guys how awesome it is. So essentially it is, like I said, a subscription service for basically really, really good top shelf cannabis products. So you can choose between flower or vape cartridges or pre-rolls or edibles. It's a mix of all four, whatever. And every month they deliver it straight to your door. Now, I will say that it is monthly or bi-monthly. So I really like that because I can choose whether I want to do
that's nice.
A monthly delivery, depending on how much, you smoke or you basically enjoy the product. You can go ahead and choose whether you want to do it, that many times or not. But
I hate when they lock you in every month.
Yeah, exactly. And you can skip months. But basically every box comes with, about $225 worth of, goods, if you will. And you're paying essentially $99 a month. But if you guys want to go ahead and sign up, if you use our promo code, which is We Everywhere Baby 20, you'll get 20% off of that first box. So it's pretty good introductory, price. And you guys can test it out, choose to stay if you want or not. They send you really good stuff. We've enjoyed almost everything that came in the box. Yeah. And I think you guys will too. So if you guys definitely want to try that out, again, go to Nug Club. That's NUGGclub.com. And our promo code is We Everywhere Baby 20 at checkout to get 20% off of that first box.
Yes, thank you very much. We have been enjoying our Nug Club.
That's right.
And then I, of course, got sent a lovely package from Wild Grain, which if you guys don't know about Wild Grain, they are a membership service as well, except they send you artisanal pastries.
Yeah, I mean, we talked
artisanal all of the things.
We talked about it on our bread couch quickie. If you guys
we did.
But we still have that. It's really high quality bread. That's
pastas, pastries. I mean, all kinds of amazing goods with really fresh, clean ingredients. Sorry,
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just said that it comes par baked, which is a term that I just learned from Nigel.
Oh.
Because we were saying, it's frozen to the oven.
Yeah.
But he says basically what that means is it's par baked.
Like that's partially baked?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it shows up kind of pale. And then you just throw it in the oven for X amount of time. That'll tell you on the package. Sense. And it basically finishes baking and gets that nice, like a golden crust on top.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they would have to bake it a little before freezing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I mean, everything that we've tried has been really delicious. And you know, winter months are coming. Eat your carbs.
That's right. You're gonna put on that winter weight. Might as well do it with with some high quality bread. So yeah, go to
high quality.
So go to wildgrain.com, and if you guys want to sign up for that, use our promo code Nadia Moham official to get $10 off that first box.
Oh, and did we mention free brioche rolls every time?
That's right.
Don't forget that.
8 brioche rolls every
So
delivery.
good.
And those are not to be missed.
No. So buttery.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, guys.
So Britney's free.
Right off of the bat
Right
with the
off
hard
the bat,
hitting news.
Britney's free and Britney's naked on the ground. That's what I gotta say.
So here's the funny thing. I didn't know about this. I mean, the last I had heard was that, you know, her desire to be free, her conservatorship was held up, right? They were like, no, you're not free of it.
Yeah.
And I guess now it happened while we were working on, like, you know, birthday stuff. So we weren't paying attention.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, Nadia puts in the notes, oh, Britney's free and naked. I was like, what does this mean?
Because the minute she was free, she posted all these naked pictures. She was just like,
picture.
yeah, she was just going for it. And I was like, yes, bitch, you're free. Like, do whatever you want to do. Did she take him down?
Well, you know what?
I'm looking right now.
Well, when you talk about the story,
No, she did not.
you know me, I was like, gonna have to do some research.
Yeah.
Gonna
I need to see these.
Gonna have to see what she's talking about. And here's the thing, okay, they are like very naked pictures. Like, I mean, she's got her little emojis, or I don't know if this is just the website that I saw it on. I'm assuming there's emojis because it's got to stay on the
She's
gram.
got little pink flowers covering her.
But it's like, okay.
Covering her. Wait a minute.
What happened?
Why does it say?
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed something.
What?
Okay. If you look at the picture, the bathtub is very warped, and so is the floor.
Yeah.
And in her comments, in her caption, she writes, "Playing in the Pacific never hurt anybody. Wink face, kiss lips, monkey holding its mouth." And then she said, "Psst, no photo edits. The tub curves, laughing face."
So she's saying that the tub is curvy?
But the tub is curving in different locations in every picture.
This is one of those.
Britney!
This is one of those new European curvy tubs.
See, poor girl. They took everything away from her. She didn't learn how to properly Photoshop. She didn't know. She's like behind, you know?
Wait, the floor is totally curving.
It's so
it's like
bad. And she calls attention to it.
But
like,
I think that's like a tongue-in-cheek thing. Like she's saying that she didn't do it, but you know that she did do it.
Oh, okay.
That's how I would.
She's calling herself out.
Is to be like, I swear to God, there's no edits. The tub is curvy.
Okay.
Now that I'm reading it, I'm like, okay.
She's calling it out.
But if it was just like a no, I swear the tub is is curved, that would be some crazy shit. But that I would also believe, because are you looking at her eyes in any of these pictures?
Oh, God.
Man, she looks like she has been through it.
I know.
And that sucks,
you know why?
man.
You know
I never
why?
had anything against her, and I'm not throwing shade, but it's just like her eyes are freaky.
Well, here I've heard many things about, and this is before we found out about all this shit. But
right,
she's not a clean person. She doesn't like to wash her makeup off. She doesn't like to wash. So a lot of this black residue around her eye is like old makeup that she just doesn't wipe off.
Got you. Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't think that her eyes are just gone dark, but it's really like
It's scary.
It really has like an ominous like vibe to it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really, and it's very no disrespect.
Like
all my Louisiana girls know. Okay, I fucking love Louisiana, but y'all know this is what you do. All of you guys do this, and I know that you know. Because I have too many friends from Louisiana, and they tell me the same shit. Girl, that's just Louisiana.
Right on. She does
So-
have like a villainous vibe in this
It's
photo,
the
though.
dark shadows.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Batman, welcome to Curvy
Oh, poor
Tubland.
Brittany.
But
Poor
you know what?
baby.
But at the same time, way to go, right? Because she
She's
doesn't have to
fucking
be,
free.
getting screwed over by her dad anymore.
Dude, her story is wild when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just you go from start to beginning till now. Just the fact that, like, she was in the Mickey Mouse Club, so she was always a child star, and then she is in Star Search and all these things. Like, ever since she was little, like, she's been in this industry since she was a toddler,
Right.
like forever. So then she becomes this huge pop princess, blows the F up. I mean, is like a legend now. And then she loses her shit. They 5150 her. And then basically lock her up and throws away the key. And everybody's like, what happened to Britney? Like, we never really knew. People knew she had a conservatorship, but I don't think anyone really paid attention. I'm talking about fans and the public.
Yeah, she was just lost like Richard Simmons.
Yeah. Yes, Richard. There's a whole podcast about that, guys, and it's very interesting.
About
if
Richard
you guys
Simmons?
yes.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know, Richard Simmons went missing.
Literally.
Basically.
He's still missing.
I mean, well, they know where he is.
They know where he is, but they don't see him.
But yeah, it's a crazy story.
It's a very crazy story because they don't know if he's willingly doing that, if he's willingly staying in his house, or if somebody is forcing him into that.
Yeah.
Because he took a hard right turn or left, whichever.
No. One of those. Whichever way was
He
not
took
the way
a
he should have
hard turn
went the other way.
in the opposite direction. That's a whole nother day, a whole nother story, but definitely check it out. I cannot remember. Is it Finding Richard Simmons?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Something like that. Just look it up, guys. If you look up Richard Simmons, you'll find the podcast.
Yeah.
Great podcast.
And you know what I was noticing that there's another
there's a
Britney
new one.
Spears
Yeah.
documentary. I don't know if anyone has seen it. Let us know if it's any good, if it's worth watching.
I mean, I'm going to
It's
watch
called,
it.
I know. But I want to know if I should watch it.
Oh, shut up.
It's called Britney versus Spears. So that just dropped. So I wonder.
But
if
yeah,
it's
no,
any
I'm
good.
definitely going to watch it. But going back to her story, it's like, okay, then she gets lost in the shuffle and people kind of forget about her. And her dad is like now being painted to be this kind of villain who's controlling her life and paying all these people off that are surrounding her, including like the people that clean her house, her attorney, her assistants, everybody that is in her life, her dad is paying. And so she has nowhere to turn. She goes to her attorney and she's like, hey, I just found out I can petition to get rid of my conservatorship. And then the attorney's like, no, we shouldn't do that. And then because he's working for the dad, it's just like, finally it gets to the public. And then the public makes a huge ruckus. And, now here she is. She's free. It's just a wild story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy.
But-
It's going to be a movie watch. Watch.
Who's gonna play Britney Spears?
Ooh.
Who would you cast if you had to cast
Anna Faris, maybe?
Anna Faris?
That was the first thing that came to my
You're
mind.
gonna dust her off? And
Yeah, I love Anna. She'll be like, I'm Brittany.
I'm not.
Oops, I did it again. Daddy, all I want to do is get married and have a baby.
Oh, that's so funny, Anna Faris.
I love Anna Faris. What happened to Anna Faris? House Bunny was the shit.
I mean, House Bunny. That's right. She was
She was
in House
so good
Bunny.
in House Bunny.
I only ever think of Scary Movie.
Oh, she's good in that
'Cause
too.
To me, I'm like, oh yeah, Anna Faris, the brunette. Anna
Yeah.
Faris from Scary Movie. That's
Always with the same look.
Yeah, exactly. That's
The big
literally
eyes.
what I'm always.
Big eyes and breathiness.
But that's not a bad casting, I think, for the end, for the last,
Right? I don't know. It just popped in my mind. Who else? Who else could play her?
I mean, if they make it now, like soon, it would probably be
Her?
Anna Taylor-Joy from
Who the
Queen's
hell?
Gambit.
Maybe.
Because they're putting her in everything right now.
Yeah.
Um,
She could probably look kind of Britney-ish.
but what about Florence? Nah,
Let me see. Let me see what she looks like.
Florence Pugh from Little Women and the Black
Maybe,
Widow.
but she doesn't look as
movie.
much like Britney.
Yeah, but she's really good. So I'm
She's
just
a good
kind of like,
actress.
hey,
Yeah. Yep.
oh well,
And
it's not gonna
Ferris.
be. It's not gonna be Omar and Nadia. That's for damn sure. Do you remember when we were going to that Britney Spears themed party?
Party. Yeah, Mac Daddy's.
That we didn't know what costume to wear, and that we were gonna be. What was I gonna dress up as?
as
the-
her dad.
At first, it was like, yeah, you should dress up
As Jamie Spears.
as her dad. But then we thought that it'd be funnier if I was the guy that was catching her baby.
That's terrible. I did not say that. Do not associate me with that.
I'm sorry.
I
Jeez.
didn't. No, I didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
I didn't say you said it because we were already at the party, but I didn't even know what that meant. Like I was like, "What do you mean?" And then I saw the picture, and I was like, "Oh, I would have gotten dragged so
Fucked up.
hard." at
Dragged.
this party.
Dragged. But anyways, she's free. Hallelujah. Live your life, Brittany. Post all your naked pictures for us.
Go for it.
Get crazy.
Because I remember when they were a few months back when she was posting a couple
Yeah.
of like topless photos.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, somebody's running her account and they're trying to."
No,
this
she's
and
a
that.
little crazy. Let's be real. I love her, but there's something interesting happening in those posts. That's all I'll say. In other news, Facebook and Instagram shut down and the world lost its mind.
That's right. This past weekend,
Yeah.
it was.
While we were like away, right?
Yeah, well, we decided to go away,
And we'll get to that later.
and I guess it wasn't the weekend. We just keep thinking it's the weekend.
I don't think
because
it was the
It was
weekend.
on Monday.
Oh, okay. That's
I
why.
think, and so it went down for 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay, and we
That's
were
not even that long.
no, it's not. And the amount of texts
Oh
that
my
or the
God.
conversations that we were having with people were like, "Can you believe it's gone?" I was like, "So what?" Like I'm driving right
There
now.
were so many people that were like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's like big deal. Like it, it's not a real place.
No, but it kind of is now.
But it went down for 6 hours, and it wasn't just Facebook. It was also WhatsApp and Instagram. And
Because Facebook runs all of that, right?
so they were saying, though, Facebook said that it wasn't a hack.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't that they got hacked or anything. Is that they were doing an update to their routers, and something went wrong, and it basically
They like deleted it or some shit.
Yeah, like it just said everything that everything Facebook, like that Facebook owns or was whatever, it just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I'd love to talk to our Japanese correspondent Dustin on whether the VR system went down. Because if you know about those VR goggles, if you buy the new Oculus whatever, you have to be linked to Facebook.
Oh.
So it's not like its own standard thing. You have to have a Facebook account to use it.
Yeah.
And not that he does it because he's like an OG, so he's got the good rigs. But it'd be funny to know if that happened in that world, the world that we're
Interesting.
not a
If
part
it
of.
was all linked up.
Yeah, because it was everything.
Yeah, I mean, probably. So, I mean, we didn't really notice because we were on a road trip.
Well, yeah, we were leaving that morning, and I remember while you went out to the store, and I was like trying to check IG, and it wasn't coming up.
Everybody thought it was
I
their
go to
own.
I look at the router.
Yeah.
Right. I look at the Wi-Fi.
Everyone looked at
and
the
I'm like,
router.
Okay. Okay, it's not blinking red.
Yeah.
So we're good. And then I immediately hit Twitter because Twitter is. I don't even use Twitter that much.
It's the info hub.
It's just everybody complains on there. So
Yeah.
if there's something going on,
Yeah.
I jump on Twitter like, "Hey, Facebook," and immediately it was just gifs and memes
already out the
just-
door. The gifs.
just people just dragging Facebook
The
and
memes.
dragging everybody who was mad that there wasn't any Instagram and stuff. It was crazy, but it didn't really affect us because, like you said,
No.
we went on a little road trip.
I mean, it's good. It's good to take those breaks from social media. Like I'm all for that. I think, for me personally, I don't utilize it as much as I should. However, my business is run on Instagram. Like whether I like it or not, I used to do makeup before Instagram and it was a hell of a lot harder. I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely easier to get eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For what it
Exposure.
is, like the tool, marketing wise. I mean, hell, we use it.
Yeah.
Right. And people got a quick 6-hour
Yeah.
taste of what it was like to be in the 90s.
Yeah. All these kids, they
I
didn't
was
even
like,
know what
oh,
to do
you're
with
gonna have to call
themselves.
your friend and see if he wants to go out.
Imagine calling. Even now, though, calling, I'm like, don't call me.
I know.
I don't want to talk to you. That's so sad. But you know what, though? In all fairness, I never liked talking on the phone. Like, I was not that teenager that got in trouble for her phone bill. Like, that was the one thing that I was just sitting in my room watching MTV and doing my makeup in the mirror and listening to Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I got a call from some girl in my class, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking like 7th, 8th grade. So it's like you and her friend, and you know, or you and your friend call a boy, or you know, whatever. And I'm so bad on the phone that they call me and I answer, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And they're not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Hey, so what's going on?" And I'm just like, "Nothing. Like, what's going on?" Like, I'm not getting it. I'm not even. What do I know about like spitting game or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
And I remember really early on, I go, "So what do you guys want?" And she was like, "Ew," and hung up.
You're so
And I was
rude.
like, "No, I like that girl."
That's Omar's way of flirting. So, what do you want?
I was like, first I'm gonna neg her, right? I'm gonna start off with the negatives, like Mystery, the pickup artist.
Ew, no. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the Facebook outage. What else happened this week? That was kind of
Hello. Eminem opens up a pasta drive-through called Mom Spaghetti and surprises people in the window.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So
That's pretty cool.
if you guys don't know, Nadia is like the Eminem karaoke queen over here. That never gets up and does the
No,
song, but
I'm
swears that she would
afraid.
slay it if she went up there. Anytime "Lose Yourself" comes on
I choke.
in the car,
In the car, I lose it, yeah.
Oh, she's like fucking bars.
Yeah.
And the second we get to somewhere, I'm like, "Yo, you ready to sign up?" She's like, "No, I'm not ready." I was like, "Ah." The world is never gonna know. So imagine if we were in Detroit and I'm like, "Yo, I'm taking you for spaghetti."
Imagine.
And he's there and he's like, oh, you got bars, Nadia? You wouldn't rap it? You wouldn't?
I would freeze. Honestly. I would be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Just,
You should just throw the spaghetti on yourself and start going.
I
Oh,
worship
my
you, spaghetti
goodness.
monster.
We're like, I'm a Pastafarian. Yeah, so it's a real tiny spot called Mom Spaghetti, and that's, you know, they serve spaghetti and meatballs and like a spaghetti sandwich.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And people were camped out, for hours waiting for this thing to open. It's not even I don't think it's a walk-in. I think it's just a window.
Oh, well, he had a pop-up, I guess, in 2017 before.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when we went to Coachella?
Which time?
The one time where he performed?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So it was the Beyonce Eminem
Yeah.
weekend. There was a Mom Spaghetti like food stall.
Oh.
But we weren't trying to eat no spaghetti.
Uh-huh.
But that's the first time I had seen it because I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh, check that shit out. That's like cool for Coachella. They did a Mom Spaghetti thing. And I don't know if it's the same, chef.
Yeah.
Because I think it's basically it's a guy, who opened it. It's not like Eminem's store. I think it might just
I
be.
thought he was a part of
He
it.
might have just invested in it or been like, yeah, this is a good idea. But I don't think it was his own idea. But then again, what do I know?
Well,
All I know is that
he's telling people, like, he goes, don't even eat a bite of your spaghetti until you put it in the bread, because otherwise you're going to ruin the whole effing thing. Don't be stupid. If I effing catch you doing what doing that without the effing bread, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hell, there's gonna be hell to pay.
Eminem's got beef with all the spaghetti eaters now.
He said, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but if you're an effing idiot, don't eat mom's spaghetti. That's what he said, in quotes.
What a genius marketing plot. Yo, come try my spaghetti, but not if you're a fucking idiot.
Don't serve any fucking idiots at my restaurant.
Do you have your idiot vaccine card?
Oh my god. Oh man.
But imagine that you're a super fan so much that you're just gonna go eat this spaghetti because it's, basically tied to an Eminem song.
Yeah.
And you're the first of the 10 people that got to meet him because he only did a meet and greet with the first 10 people. Oh. And then he dipped.
Okay, that's cool.
Like he didn't hang out.
That's
or nothing.
even better.
So imagine those people that are like, I camped out in front of this spaghetti window, but joke's on you, mom.
Yeah, for real.
Or like, your like boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever is dropping you off in the morning. Like you're such a loser. Like, you'll see.
And then they show the selfie.
And then like, boom, you could have been here.
Look at the selfies.
Look at that. I mean, that would have been cool.
In his hoodie. Always.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a stan.
I'm a stan.
I do. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the Detroit area, if we have any Detroit listeners and you guys have tried Mom's Spaghetti, let us know what you guys think. I'm really curious. Is it shitty? Or are you a fucking idiot?
Wait, those are the two options? It's gotta, one of those has to be if it's good. You're like, is it shitty or are you stupid? I like it. I wish people would send us a DM that's like, hi, fucking idiot here. I didn't like it. Oh, well, you're a fucking idiot.
So stupid. Oh, God. Well, that's that on that.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
In other news, everybody, Omar, Mr. Oh Marvelous, We Everywhere Babies' very own Oh Marvelous.
Who, me?
Turned 41 the other day. Saturday, to be exact.
You could have just said I had a birthday.
We like to own our numbers around these parts.
That's true.
So, yeah. Cheers to you. Can we get a round of applause for your birthday?
Want a round of applause? Here we go.
Please. Yay. Happy birthday. You never look sexier. Yeah.
They love me.
How do you feel?
I feel absolutely 39.
Oh, man.
You know what? I don't know what 41's supposed to feel like. I don't know what 40 was supposed to feel like.
You didn't notice a change when you turned 40? You weren't like, damn, I'm in my 40s now.
Yeah, that'll happen, but I don't think that that's like for me personally, it's not like a physical feeling or anything like that.
You don't feel older?
It's not like, it's not like I got
How's your back?
I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Like,
what about them knees?
Yeah.
You do have more gray in that beard that I've been noticing.
That is definitely gray in the beard and like losing it all on the top. I don't know where the hell it's going. Maybe it's moving to my ass, but it sure as hell ain't up there anymore. What's happening?
Not moving to your ass.
I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. Come back.
Where were my
Come back.
My onyx waves of gray? of grain. Damn it, I blew it.
Well, who cares? You still look sexy like Antonio Banderas.
Oh, look out. I feel like now I'm looking more like Guillermo from What We Did in the Shadows.
Stop, please. Never.
In a comfortable sweater.
Oh,
my glasses.
God. Yeah, so to celebrate with Omar, we ended up checking out, Omar chose this German, would you call it, when you say a pub, is that only related to English?
Well, no, I mean the UK
England?
and Ireland and I mean the UK.
Oh, because
and
this is
Ireland.
a kitchen and
The U-
bar. That's what they called it, not
Yeah.
a pub.
Yeah, like that
Okay.
whole kind of area. Like, they call it a pub.
Oh, okay.
You know, the majority of places in Germany, the one place in Germany that I went to, they were all like beer gardens.
Yes, beer
you know?
gardens.
So this would be
Gartens.
Garten.
Gartens.
Garten.
Yeah, so this was called was it Rasselbach? Rasselbach's Kitchen and Bar.
Do you want to hear the pronunciation?
Any day now. Oh, Rasselbach. Rasselbach. Acid book.
Acid book.
Acid book.
But yeah, here's the thing. As we said before, COVID ruined a lot of our travel plans for 2020. And then my other travel plan for 2021 was to try to go to Oktoberfest. And if you don't know, Oktoberfest is in September, like last week of September.
That's when it starts.
Well,
It's only 1 week? I thought it was all October.
no. It's not even in October.
Really?
It ends the first weekend of October.
What?
Yeah.
How deceiving.
Yeah, I don't have any research, but I always just kind of think of it as like a festival that October is starting instead of
Okay.
like a festival of October.
Okay,
Like
okay.
during October. I don't
Got
know.
it.
Whatever. The
Okay.
point is, I was like, you know what, for my birthday, where do I want to go eat? I always try to pick like nicer spots, and my parents are always hating on it. They're always disappointed. It's almost like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to go wrong with like beers and like brats. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my
Brats
dad's
and beers.
Yeah, it's gonna be simple. My cousin from Mexico was there. I was like, there's no fuss. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's what we did, and yeah, it's Rasselbach Kitchen and Beer Garden.
Yeah, and your parents loved it.
My parents,
Everybody loved it.
My goodness, and you know
Your
what? All the
cousin loved
food
it.
was delicious.
All of the food was really good that we got. Omar ordered a schnitzel, which is kind of like the equivalent of like a milanesa. It's like a breaded chicken or a breaded steak, and then you can put a gravy on top. And then you got like some, like what was that? Pasta.
Again,
egg?
I don't know exactly how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
But it's like spatzel or
Okay.
spatzel or something like that. But it's it's pasta. It's definitely a noodle. But instead of it
Kind of like a
being-
gnocchi almost.
Yeah, like it almost looks like cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
It's like
The shape of cheese curds.
Yeah, but they're
But a
egg,
gnocchi.
it's an egg noodle.
Yeah.
And
But it
that
had a
was on the side.
doughiness to it, like
Yeah, because it's
gnocchi.
pasta.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so that was really good. And
I got a brat and like, veggies.
yeah.
And I actually didn't drink beer. I love beer, but I'm trying to be a little better right now. So I had a margarita. Like that's any better. But their margarita was surprisingly really good. I wouldn't have expected that to be good there because, it's not what they would typically serve,
Yeah.
but it was really good.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I was like, wow, after 41 years, I finally figured out that my parents are happy with just
They
some
loved it.
sausages and beer.
They loved it. And then this guy with an accordion came around and was singing songs, spitting all over our table, no mask.
Nadia
was great.
was so mad.
Because I was right underneath this man. I had to move my drink. I probably got COVID again. I swear to God. He was like,
He was like, chicken dance.
yeah. And he kept going faster and faster.
And just, oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So if you guys are looking for a chill spot to check out, maybe try some new food you wouldn't have tried before, or if you've already tried German food, it's a really cool little bar.
Yeah, and they have a ton of beers, and you can order them in a pint
Different sizes, yeah.
or like a big ass, what you would consider like a Stein, or you can go ham and get the boot.
And where was that? Where were we?
Technically it's like Mar Vista,
Oh, okay.
so it's in between Marina del Rey, Venice, like that kind of area. And that's where we had gone for dinner. But I did want to mention real quick that for lunch we went to one of our favorite sandwich spots
Oh,
in El
yeah.
Segundo called Rinaldi's, Rinaldis, if you guys ever in El Segundo or want to drive somewhere to get a really good sandwich, Rinaldi's is awesome. We recommend the Godfather and the
Line X, the Spicy Andy.
Yeah.
Literally every sandwich.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I haven't had a bad sandwich there.
I always get the hot. You and I were saying we always order hot sandwiches there, but all their ingredients are really fresh, and their salads. They have like 3 salads on the menu, but there's one that has like cranberries and nuts and all this shit in there, and it's delicious. Like it's just really fresh ingredients. It doesn't taste like a salad they've made and has been sitting there or anything like that. So
yeah,
and they've been there for a while. Is that privately owned, that spot? I know it's a chain.
Well, I don't know because I only know of 2. And there's been the one in El Segundo that's been there forever.
Right.
I mean, as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
And then there's one on Century right by LAX.
Well, somebody hit me up
no good.
and said that there's one in Long Beach.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's how I know. And that they've been meaning to try it out.
I mean, I guess it could be, but I've tried of the 2 that I know of.
Yeah.
I still prefer to go to El Segundo.
Yeah.
Even the one that even though the one in LAX is right up the street.
Yeah, no. It's not the same.
Yeah, and we know them already. They know my brother.
Yeah,
so
Mark's
we show
there all
up
the time.
Yeah, they're amazing people and amazing sandwiches.
Yep, very good. And then another thing that was exciting was that we kind of celebrated our 1-year engagement. It's already been an entire year because if you guys remember, we went on a getaway with our friends and family for Omar's 40th last year. And during that weekend, Omar proposed the very next day after his birthday to me. And I was totally caught off guard and surprised. And there's a really cool video on YouTube if you want to check it all out.
That's right. You can find it on our page.
Yeah.
I think it's even called like We Engage, Baby.
Yeah, We Engage, baby. But it was just a really cool time. And, a day I'll never forget.
So to celebrate not only my birthday, but also that we've been engaged for a year and have done nothing about it.
Hey, COVID, man. COVID, man.
Just to get away from it all, Nadia booked a really, really kick-ass getaway.
Yeah.
And we ended up in Running Springs, which is right by Big Bear.
About 30 minutes out.
Would you say it should be about an hour and a half to 2 with
about
traffic.
2 hours, yeah, from LA.
But just in that short amount of time, and I know it's shorter in like places like Utah and shit where they drive 20 minutes and they're in the middle of nowhere or whatever.
Yeah.
But for us, that was a really good getaway.
Yeah. It's so I had some friends of mine go, and they were posting, it was a couple months back, they were posting these really cool pictures of this really square like window looking out to theirs was a canyon. They were overlooking the canyon. And then my other friend Tori, she had one that was looking into the trees. And so I'm like, where are these people? So I hit them up and they told me, check out Getaway House. It was both the same. They'd gone to the same location. So I looked it up and it's this really cool site. They have them all over the country, but there's not a lot of them. So they're like, for example, there's only one in all of, I think it's all of California.
Wow, really?
Yeah. There's only Big Bear, the Running Springs or whatever. But like, Oregon has like 2 or 3 locations. So they're sprinkled all over. So hopefully you guys look it up. There's a few in Texas if there's one near you, because I really, really highly recommend you check it out. It's really cool. It's like a trailer basically, that they've updated, and it's really clean. It comes with one like kind of king size or queen size bed, a little kitchenette, and a huge bathroom considering the size of that thing.
With a shower and everything. Yeah.
Huge shower, toilet, running water, a fire pit, chairs. I mean, it's just everything is there that you need for a quick little getaway. Hence the perfect name.
Yeah.
And they even have provisions you can order. So if you book ahead of time and when you're booking it ahead of time, you can check off for the provisions, and they're very basic and simple. It's always the same. It's like chips, granola, and then like pasta, stuff to make spaghetti. But that's the whole point. They want you to get away and not have to think about, make this simple, easy meal. Don't overthink it. Don't, make this huge feast. Don't have to bring all this stuff. It's just show up with your clothes and you're good. And
Yeah.
so it's really good too if you're alone and you need to get away and you're out in the middle of the woods, you're in nature. And yeah, I mean, there's just not enough good things I can say about this place.
Yeah, and it's perfect for couples.
Yeah.
Because it's like part glamping, part like tiny house living.
Yeah, it feels like a tiny house.
But if it's just you and your partner and you have this amazing view, whether it is looking into the forest or looking into the canyon, I mean, it's amazing. The units are all
Kind of far
decently
apart.
separated.
Yeah.
So even if there was people everywhere, unless they're having some kind of crazy party, which isn't really the vibe there.
No, it's not the vibe.
It's very quiet. And the best part is that we've just gone camping and weren't allowed to have a
Bonfire,
campfire
yeah.
or a bonfire, any kind of
Yeah.
fire. We had to cook on electric, grills and all that. Shout out to Nigel again. But this time they were like, yeah, you can totally have it in the fire pit. And they provided 3 bundles of wood,
Yeah.
which is perfect because we were just there for the night,
Mhm.
and a fire starter, and I mean, everything you need is right there, and it was amazing. It was romantic. It was just a great time.
Yeah, they even give you like little booklets you could play with. They give you books. You can bring, it's pet friendly. It's an additional cost, nothing crazy. And they even give you dog bowls and dog treats and towels. And so they just really pay attention to detail. And again, like I said, it's super clean and like up to date and renovated. Like you feel like even the bed was so comfortable. Like
Yeah.
I knocked the F out and it started raining and I missed it.
I know.
I'm so bummed.
And they have a gigantic shade that you can pull down. If I don't know if
You want
if you don't want the
privacy.
sun to come in the morning,
Right.
or you're trying to bang it out and not have the bears see you.
Yep.
Hey, bring that curtain down.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, but it's really good. It is, what is it? Getawayhouse.com?
Getawayhouse.com.
Yeah,
Trying to get you guys a promo code.
Yeah, we're trying to get something so that people who want to go try out. Actually, I believe Ashley
Ashley
of
again.
this Nut Club fame is going up there soon.
Yeah. She hit us too.
So you're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, we did some shrooms up there and just had a really good time. And we made a really bomb ass pasta. That was so good. And that spider that I will never forget that is haunting me in my nightmares, in my dreams. Literally, I'll randomly start thinking about it. I'll be like, I was like, break out in a
I
sweat.
wish I would have gotten a better picture. We should post it anyway. But we're sitting looking at the fire pit. We took the dogs, so the dogs are having a great time. We're just hanging out, and Nadia goes, "What is that?" And I turn, and it's a humongous spider. Now it's not tarantula size, where it's like fat, but for what could
I
be
think it was a tarantula.
I would have to say that I might agree with you, but it looked like half wolf spider, half tarantula, but it didn't have the big fat butt.
Yeah,
and it
true.
wasn't like
It was
beefy.
leaner,
Yeah, but it was
long,
It was big,
and it was huge.
right by the door. to the
Guys,
trailer.
for scale, I want you to take your hand out, and my hand. Yeah, I don't know how big your hands are.
So this,
But from the tip of my middle finger to the bottom of my palm was the length of that spider.
you are tripping.
Look at my hand. My hand's smaller than yours.
I think that you're over exaggerating.
No way!
That's a huge spider.
Babe, it was huge. Did you get it next to the sign for scale?
I did.
Okay.
I did. It was big. I'm not going to say that it wasn't big. You're not crazy,
It
but
was
I think
huge.
that's.
Huge. Let me see it again.
You want to see it? There it is. Look.
Oh, all the pictures are too close.
Yeah.
God damn, that was a big spider.
Yeah. So that was a good time.
Ugh. That was a good time. Almost getting killed by that
watching Nadia
spider.
freak out. And she's like, "Get rid of it, but don't kill it." But I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna shake hands with it."
Yeah, I
don't
was
know
like, don't kill it.
So
Like, don't.
Yeah, so I knocked it away with a log, and it totally. I saw it scamper under, and it was gone. They just probably waited for us.
Yeah.
But
Seriously.
apart from
probably
that,
hopped on my car and came home with us.
yeah, there it is. But apart from nature being out
Yeah.
there in
Oh, we
nature,
saw deers too.
we did. We saw deer. It was it was really great.
It was so
It was
good.
a really good time. Like we only got to go for one night.
We're
It would have
so
been
going
good
back.
to go for two, but my birthday was on Saturday, and Sunday Nadia ditched me to go work with Ashanti.
That wasn't Sunday.
Was that Saturday?
I was like, when was that? Oh my God. I don't
You know
even.
what? I don't
this
know.
week has
I was
been a
thinking that
blur.
I was thinking that it was Sunday because you have been working, but I know. It doesn't matter what day it was. Do you want to talk about the fact
It's kind of bothering me.
that you that you don't remember the day?
Yeah. Like, it's kind of crazy. This week I've been so tired. It's been a lot. Okay, here we go. Doesn't a picture tell you the date? Friday.
Friday. Oh, see, it was Friday.
Whew, bourbon. She's farting on me. Whew. Yeah, Friday. So Friday, guys, I got to glam the R&B queen, Miss Ashanti. And that was really cool because I've always loved her and her music. So shout out to Eduardo Ponce. He does hair. And he's worked with Ashanti for many years, and he's one of my really good friends, fellow Aries, and he is a smart ass as well. Fucking Eduardo. He's hilarious. So yeah, he recommended me for the job, and she was going to hire somebody else. And he was like, no, you should use my friend. And she was like, she kept saying, she knows how to contour, right? She knows how to contour, right? Because Miss Ashanti loves her contour. I will say. And so I ended up doing the job. And I will say that the hard thing about my job sometimes working with people is that you have to accommodate them as best you can as far as the look that they want or how they like to look. So people are very specific about certain things, like especially their eyebrows or whatever.
Right.
Like, no, I like my eyebrow rounded or square and blocky or whatever. And if I don't think that looks attractive or if I don't like that, that's where it gets really tricky to maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of want to show them a new version. You're like, oh, you should try this. Because in the end, I am the expert. Like,
Oh, wow.
I mean, makeup artists are the expert in the room. Like,
No, I mean, yeah,
that's what
why
we
you-
do for a
that's why you
living.
hire 'em.
That's why we get hired. We learn and we educate ourselves and we blend and we practice and we buy the right products. And so it's just really hard to please some people sometimes when they like something that you don't particularly like to do. And so that was slightly a bit of a challenge because she does like a very heavy contour and I like it a little bit more blended, a lot more blended.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I had to make sure she was happy. And also it is stage makeup. So
Yeah.
stage makeup does have to be a little more dramatic and a little more bolder than your regular makeup and last, so you kind of have to shellac it on. But, still did my thing. And she said she was happy. She seemed happy. Pictures came out good. And that was that. And that was cool. I got to do that.
There you go. I mean, it's crazy because I don't know of any new songs that she's dropped or anything, but recently there was a Ja Rule versus Fat Joe versus,
Mm-hmm.
one of those versus battles, and it was basically the Ashanti show.
Yep. She's got the
She
hits.
like sang all the hooks to
Yep.
all their songs or whatever.
Yep.
Shout out, of course, to Remy Ma, who represented for Terror Squad. But I was just like, wow, so when you were like, I'm working with Ashanti, I was like, really? She just I felt like really popped off
Again.
really, really well
Yeah.
after this versus battle. So it was kind of cool that you got to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's a legend. Like Ashanti, like you said, unfortunately, she doesn't have any new music out. I wish that she was coming out with some stuff, but she definitely rides the wave of her old songs because they are really that good and they've done that well and people fucking love those songs.
Yeah.
So they're like cherished songs. And it was also really fun. Like that's the perk of my job when I get to go and glam people or groom people on at concerts or shows. I usually get to watch the show. And so, Eduardo and I got to watch it, and everybody's singing all the words, and like we're all dancing, and it was a really good time. And actually that was interesting because I don't think I've been to a concert COVID era, and I wasn't in the stands. I was on the side stage, and I had my mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I was working.
Yeah, you weren't in the crowd.
I wasn't in the crowd, but it was interesting to see. So supposedly this is how they're doing things now. I don't know if this is across the board. This was at the Forum. This was for the Millennium Tour.
Okay.
They were requiring that you were vaccinated. I don't know if it was or, I believe it was or, you show proof of a negative test within a certain time frame. And if you didn't have a test, you could purchase a test at the door for $45. But they only had a limited amount. So once they ran out, and let's say you show up and you don't have a test, they were going to turn you away.
Wow.
Yeah. So
But from your post, it looked like it was packed.
it was packed and nobody had their damn mask on. I was like, what the hell? Because
Can't sing along with a mask.
it's just wild. It's really weird to see for me still. I don't know if I'm ready to be in that crowd, let alone without a mask. That party was enough for me. We've taken a few risks though. We did go to Magic Mountain and didn't wear masks. That was a risk.
Yeah.
That was a bad move.
I know.
No one even thought about it. It was just like, we thought it was going to be a private event. So we're like, oh, it's private. There's not going to be a lot of people.
Yeah.
People would be spread out.
I think the most crowded place that I've been to without a mask was that Vegas Chappelle show. that I
Let's
went
talk
to in
about
July.
that. Let's talk about that.
So there's no need to retell the whole story, but you guys remember that I went to see Chappelle in July, and afterwards got to go backstage, and then was invited to an after party.
Mm-hmm.
Very intimate, really cool. One of the pictures from that night ended up in the credit sequence of Dave Chappelle's newest stand-up special that he just put out called The Closer.
Mm-hmm.
So, he had a deal with Netflix to do 6 stand-up specials, and he's done them like one every year. And this was the last one, but we're watching it. It's hilarious. You guys should check it out. And then at the end, I'm just watching the credits to see if there's any more like video or whatever. And lo and behold, there's a picture of that night, and it's like, oh, there's Anderson .Paak and Dave Chappelle. I remember that, and I'm in the fucking background.
Yeah.
Me and a friend of the show,
Brian.
Bobby Coleslaw, Brian. Yeah, we ended up on it. So
That's so hilarious.
so I hit
camera
him
finds
up.
you, baby.
I hit him up. I was like, hey, remember that time? And he's like, yeah. And I sent him the video because I took a quick video of it, and he was like, where's our check? I was like, yeah, we're waiting for that Netflix
Oh
money
my
now.
God. I didn't clear that.
I know.
Did you have to sign anything? You did, huh?
No, not to go to that.
Really?
No, and it's just a photo. Like, what am I going to say?
Oh, but they didn't let you have phones or out at all, though.
No, because by then it was just the after party. Remember,
Yeah.
I even got my phone
Yeah.
snatched because I
Yeah.
got carried away with the song, with that Anderson .Paak song, and I took a video of it. Anyway, the point is that picture showed up, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, you know what I mean?
There you are.
Somebody hit us up, was like, hey, you guys really are everywhere.
That's the whole point,
That
man.
was the whole thing.
We're everywhere. Matter of fact, I'm in an episode of The Kardashians.
That's right.
I am in the episode where Kim has a makeup launch and Nas and I attend her party. And of all the people that Kim is hugging to greet, she hugs me and they film it and put it in the show. I'm like, I don't even know her at all. Like Nas knows her, all these other people know her, and then they put the footage of me and Kim hugging. Like, see, we're friends.
You just gave it away.
Guys, go find it and find me. And then I'm also
then we could get a promo code for what is her shit called? Schisms?
stop. Not Skiz.
Like Spanx stuff that she sells?
Skims.
Oh, the Skims. Yeah.
What are those schisms? Let me put on my schisms first. One moment, let me take off my schisms.
There's schisms for men.
Wow.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah. I'm also on whatchamacallit, Nas's reality show, The Platinum Life.
The Platinum Life.
And there is a scene where there's a bachelorette party for Nas, and her and I are tanked. And they don't really show us much.
Right.
We're kind of in the background because they're trying to film and focus on the drama that's happening in the room. But in that scene, in that moment, is me and Nas sitting on the floor just drunk out of our minds and like looking at each other and laughing.
So, you can find us there. You can find us everywhere.
We everywhere.
And you know what? Before we end the episode,
You don't want to talk about Squid Game?
we need to talk about Squid Game.
Oh, okay, here we go.
So, spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Squid Game, you might as well just sign off now. It's been thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Because this is probably what's going to end the show. So we have a list of recommendations, but some things are just thrown into the zeitgeist or whatever you want to call
Right.
it. Do you know what I mean? Where
They're
you're
pushed
like,
onto priority list.
I have to watch this because everybody's talking about
Yeah.
it.
There's memes everywhere.
And I'm running into memes and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to try to read in the comments what the meme's about. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll just watch the show.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen Squid Game, it's on Netflix. It's like, I think it's like number one in like 90 something countries.
Damn.
And it's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's the premise is very simple. It is some kind of shadowy organization made up of rich people who hold these games where people who are really, really badly in debt can basically get out of debt by being the winner of these 6 games. But every game has a deadly twist. And that's basically the premise of the show. You follow, a certain amount of the contestants. One in particular, but I'd say 3 to 5 are actually quite important. And it's honestly, it's really good. Like, I don't know. There isn't anything brand new about it. You know what I mean? In regards to like, oh, they did something I've never seen before. Because I mean, if you've seen something like Saw or,
True.
it kind of has that thing where it's like every round or every game has like a twist that you're like, oh,
Well,
okay,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
The opening game is a bit of a, oh, this is the kind of movie this is about to be, or show or whatever.
Yeah, in the first game, they play red light, green light.
Right.
So, and all the games that they play are all kids games.
Exactly.
So they're playing red light, green light. They're playing tug of war. They're playing stuff like that. But the first one really, really sets you into overdrive. Like, okay, this is what this game is about. You don't just lose here. You're die
exterminated.
here. You know what I mean? And
Or no, terminated.
exterminated, terminated, eradicated.
Yeah.
Either way, if you don't
Blasted.
win, you die.
Yep.
And there's, some side story about a cop and stuff to kind of fill the whole thing out. So,
I just got to say that Korean films, they do good kill scenes.
yes.
They're
Absolutely.
really good at kill scenes. That's what I'll say about that.
Yeah, and that's because and we've been watching a lot of stuff from Korea. We watched obviously Train to Busan.
Yeah. Great movie.
Somebody told me that there's a show on Netflix called Kingdom, which is also like zombie,
Okay.
but it takes place in like back in the day, like feudal era, like
Uh-huh.
back when before technology and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And then there's another one called Alive, which is also about zombies. They do really good like horror and stuff like that. And they let what I would say not only Korean but like a lot of Asian cinemas, particularly the horror, the creepy stuff, is they let moments breathe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of almost sometimes uncomfortable amount of pauses or like this really like slow pans of stuff like that. Like there is
they really show it to you.
There's a Japanese movie called Audition, where it's about a guy trying to find a new wife, something like that. It's a real trippy movie, but there is like the longest slow pan scene onto this like trash bag, to where like American cinema wouldn't be that way. Like it's really about keeping it tight. Not so much now, but you know, it's like a tight 90 minutes. Get them in, get them out. You know, bring in the next round of cinema goers or whatever. But in regards to Squid Game, it really lets you sit with those moments. It's really, really worth the watch. I would say it's 9 episodes. How'd you feel about the ending?
I was just gonna ask you that. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. So for those of you that have seen it, you know that the ending kind of leads you into the possibility of a second season.
Yeah.
You know, because the person that is going to essentially continue it has the choice of like forgetting about the game altogether.
Yeah.
Or going back and, I don't know, trying to do something about it. But
I'm just like, what a waste. What a waste of all of that. You know, you get all this money and you're just going to waste it. And then I saw these memes that are like, what's his name again? The main character? I forgot. I can't remember. Well, anyways, they show him and they say, does everything to be a good person except, or does everything he can to something except be a good dad.
That's right. Because the main character in the show does have a daughter. And it starts off with him not being able to buy her a nice dinner or stuff for her birthday.
He's a shitty dad.
And then at the end, when this guy has all the money or whatever,
he still doesn't hang out with her.
Go hang out with his daughter.
Doesn't do shit for his daughter. Doesn't even give her $1. Like, has millions in his bank account to the point where the bank is like, hey, we noticed you got all this money. You want to move it around? You want to invest? What do you want to do? And he's just like, fuck off. I'm going to let it sit there.
There's like a level of like grief and he feels guilty and stuff like that because there is some choices that, you know, the characters have to make during the games on whether or not, you know, you are going to let this person die so that you can survive or
right.
how you're going to outplay them or this and that. And I don't know. I like when I think when a movie or show or something makes me be like,
what would I do? Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
well, it's kind of like also too the part where he gets upset with the other guy, his friend, over pushing the guy and killing him, and yet he cheats the old man. So it's like, where's the moral code here? Like, you knew that you were cheating the old man to save your ass, and you knew the old man was going to die, and you were okay with that. But you weren't okay with the guy in front of him pushing him to get him out of the way, because had he not done that, they would have died. So
yeah,
it's interesting to see like what people think, you know, is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Where does the moral compass lie, you know?
That's right. And did any of you have that argument with yourselves or with your friends? Like, oh, I would have done it, or no, I would have taken the quick road out of there, or what? Because when it comes down to survival, it ends up not necessarily even being about money. You know, it's about trying to make it alive, you know, out at the end of this whole thing. And they are given chances to stop the game, to no longer participate.
Yep.
But the possibility of the money, or, whatever.
Well, a lot of them are gamblers and they can't even say no to it because they
Exactly.
also fill up all the money in this huge clear globe,
It's a piggy bank.
a piggy bank,
Yeah.
sitting on top of them so that they can actually physically see the money that they could get.
Mm-hmm.
It's just even more incentive.
Yeah. And it's also funny, like, when you think of the conversion rates, you know what I mean? Particularly in countries that have monetary values in the tens of thousands or whatever. And it's like, okay, you're going to win 45 billion won. You're like, damn, 45 billion.
Yeah. It
And then you
sounds
start looking at
insane.
them. You're like, what is that? It's like, it ends up, I wish I remember what it was, but it was a whole lot of
It
circles.
was in the millions, though.
It was a whole lot of zeros less.
Yeah.
I
think it was in the millions, though.
Yeah, it was something like that. But that's a really good show. Like, it delivers on its promise.
Yeah.
So I think you guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. And although now you probably don't want to because we already told you everything.
Watch it anyways.
Yeah. But that's going to be our recommendation for the week. And I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this show. Look at that.
What?
We made it happen.
Did we?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Boom.
Boom diggity.
So thanks so much for hanging out with us this week. As always, you can find us on social media when it works. On IG at We Everywhere Baby Podcast. I am at OMRVLZ.
I'm Nadia Moham Official, and we are We Everywhere Baby Podcast on Instagram. And don't forget to check out our YouTube, like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave us a review. The reviews and the ratings really help move our show along as well. And again, if you guys want those promo codes, we have Wild Grain, which is Nadia Moham Official, for $10 off your first box. And we have the Nug Club with We Everywhere Baby 20
And
for 20% off your first box.
Exactly.
And that is all. Goodbye.
All right. Bye. We Everywhere, baby.